ticking away the moments that make up the dull day. Hello, 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 hello. I thought I would get here early. I'm here. Hello, hello, hello. Oh.
It's okay. I'm here too.
And so is he.
What? That's the carving, Dad.
Oh,
That's not a he.
I thought it spoke to me. Hello, Tina. Hello, Tammy. Hello, Jason.
Hello, hello.
Hello. G'day, mates. G'day, 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 g'day. Got to sound like I'm a bloody Aussie.
Oh, we have Zen.
Hello, Zen. G'day, Doug. Ooh. Hello, hi, Blaze.
Hello.
Hello. Yay. It's Friday Night Live.
It's Friday Night Live.
It's Friday Night Live.
Whoops. Hi, Brett.
It may be Friday Night Live, but I'm dead. Ish. Oh, hello. You moved in
Yeah,
now.
I did.
Is that because you got a woots?
Yeah, I got a woots.
You got
That was
a
enough
woots.
encouragement.
I saw that. That had Conte Kinte in it. that was a mini show in the days. Double hat. Oh, double hat day. Yes. Well, yeah. I've got my thinking cap on. Well, we've got two numbers to draw out of the hat. So I'm going to need this one to hold the numbers, and this one because I'm sitting next to. Oh, hang on. That's better. I have to look at you and to see the flames because this side is bugger all.
No.
So this is because Blaze is here. I've got a Blaze hat on.
Flammy.
Flammy. Oh look, Corey's here. Hello, Corey. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Bonnie. Hello, Lewis. Hello, Ned. Mandalise here. Yay. Farmer Cole. I be a pirate. Don't you know that? Good luck to those that entered. Yes. I'm wearing two hats.
I'm wearing two belts.
Has
Has anybody got a big fork?
John Thomas Jewell is here, Stephen's here, George is here, Archie's here. G'day. He's from Scotland. I'm not doing the accent because we know what happens. I get told my accent's crap. It's crap. It didn't matter. I can't do a Scottish accent if I tried, man.
Aye.
It's a wee bit hard.
Blaze, wear the other hat.
Blaze, wear the other hat.
Oh, okay. What do you reckon, guys? Does that work?
Unfortunately, she doesn't carve. Her head isn't as big as mine. Oh, sorry, you did a spoon.
I did a spoon.
You did a spoon.
And I've done a tool rack that held screwdrivers and stuff.
Oh, that sort of tool rack.
That
I was worried there for a second. Yeah. When your kids say they've made a tool rack, I'm going, do I need to get the chainsaw out? Bring him, cut him down to size.
Freedom!
No, it's brave art, Zen. Brave art. That's brave fart.
Oh. Excuse me, I'm more than flatulence.
Oh, sorry, that's me.
Been carving too much, Dad.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, looks better on Blaze than you.
Thanks, Doug.
Doug, I'm going to have words with you. You're going to be muted for a month.
You're mean. You should be nicer to people who are nice to me.
Okay, 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
As if I'd mute you. Kick them out. No, not at all. Turn on the fan. We are the fans. We're BWC fans. We're the biggest fans you got. I mean, I'm such a fan, I even get this one in for comedy relief. I mean, look at that face. She got that from me.
I don't think so. I got some of it from you. I got my nose from him.
No, you didn't. Your nose is your mother's.
No, I have the width of your nose.
Yeah.
Zen has
and
like,
the pointiness of your mother's.
Yeah.
You're a biological jigsaw puzzle.
I have the profile of my mother's.
Dinier.
So
Blaze, can you tell us what DNA is?
Oh, it's dioribonucleic acid.
And how
Deoxyribonucleic acid. I got it wrong.
And how would you spell that? THAT. And we'll leave that there.
Yeah.
This is a miracle. Yeah, absolutely. Getting everybody. Hey, Brian's here. Hope you're healing well, Brian. No more vacuuming your bones, please.
Yeah, hey, I hope you feel better soon, dude.
Yes. Right now, well, what are we actually here for, other than gas bagging?
I'm just here for gas bagging.
Oh, you're here for gas bagging.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Well,
I think the other people are here for a special reason that has something to do with my hat.
it's not your hat.
My hat. It's currently my hat.
It is currently on your head. But
No. This is not my head.
the hat belongs to me. Zen has her own nose. How do you smell? Terrible. Oh, look, the beard. Don't talk about Blazey's beard like that. She gets very self-conscious.
It's actually quite majestic.
I know.
I get my special powers from my beard.
It makes you look like you've got long hair all round.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes me special.
We could flip her head over and she'd have like more hair on her chin than I've got on the top of my head.
Well,
That's why I'm wearing my flame hat, even though the flames are on that side, and I keep forgetting. Look at Blaze.
Yeah, that's
Flames,
what you need
Blaze,
to do.
Flames, Blaze. Hang on, I'm getting confused here. Which one of us is Blaze? We should have a hat swap.
Nah.
No, because then I'll be showing my baldness.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Right, well, we have got something special for you today. We are good. You're feeling amazing. Good. I'm not in a band. Would you get me an elastic band, please?
I would like to tell you guys a quick story thanks to Zen's comment. So one of the funniest things I have ever seen in my entire life in this house not too long ago. So Zen Amaterasu on the feed there is my big sister. This is Cole's other daughter. And she is the lead singer of a band.
She's the good one.
She came here really excited to tell Dad about how she got into a band. And so she's standing in the kitchen. She's like, Dad, I'm in a band. So Dad turns around, grabs an elastic band, puts it on his head, turns to my older sister and goes, I'm in a band too. It was really funny, I assure you guys.
You have to be there.
No, nah, it's still funny. Yay, Zen.
Brett, it's spelt with an X. I'm not dyeing my hair. No. In fact,
Hey, that's a great idea. We should do that. He's had a red beard before. We should do that purple. I like that idea.
this has been dyed black. It's been dyed
Bleached.
brown. It's been bleached.
White.
These guys, when they did my hair black, what they did was I don't. This is
Still funny.
okay. Look,
Yeah.
this is how much hair I've got on the top of my head. Right now, you imagine this one. This is dyeing my hair black. She's doing a hairdressing course and stuff, so it's kind of like I'm helping in my kind of roundabout sort of way. And I thought, okay, black hair for a change, why not? I mean, the fact is I look like a complete dick when I've got it done with a different colour, but that's okay because I'm used to looking like a complete dick. So yes, black hair. So she dyed all my hair, and then she gets the dye and she smothers it on thick like it's
There's
chocolate.
a few hairs that needed covering, okay?
All 4 of them.
No, more like all 16 of them.
Oh, I had more then.
And they're longer than the others.
So what she does is she smothers the top of my bald spot with a black dye, which of course stains my skin. And then, what did you do? You laughed. You,
He
your
was
sister,
staring at me with a very angry face, might I add. And
The
it
whole
was
time.
hilarious.
and they laughed at me. And there were 3 of them. There was this one, boyfriend, and our elder sister. And they laughed and laughed and laughed at me because I looked like a Lego character. You know, one of those
Lego
little
hair.
block. I had Lego hair that had just been.
Anyway, dying aside.
Dying aside, it is
Dying
not
aside.
going purple. It's bad enough that it bloody grows white. Oh, you had blue for a time. Yeah, tie-dyed. Randall, you can bugger off. I'm not having that either. What kind of beard challenge? You look like a Lego piece. Yes, well, that was these guys have had a lot of laughs at my expense, haven't you?
Absolutely.
And you haven't, what are you doing with your tea in my hat?
I'm holding
That's
my
my
tea
hat.
above your hat.
Okay, above my.
I'm just
bloody hat.
warming it up for all the numbers we've got to put in it.
Tie-dye
Like
colours.
a-
Oh no, I can see it like a big flash of fluoro pink with green and yellow. I mean, it's nearly as bad as the red beard. I went out one night, Valentine's 2014, and between the two of them, this one whitened all my beard, and then red. We redded it, and Zen cut it so it looked like a love heart. So all I had was a little red love heart
It was
here.
great.
So I went out, had a really, really good night, didn't drink. On the way home, I get pulled over for a random breath test from the cops. And I've got two young ladies in the car. Well, not young, but I'll call them young ladies, because rather than say the old bat and the niece. But anyway, I had two ladies in the car. I diversify from my statement, and I diverge.
I'm just really excited because Sharon has mentioned I was a hairdresser in a previous life. I used to perm my dad's hair, but never hair colour.
Oh, you're not perming. You're not. It's not the 80s anymore.
You don't have enough hair to perm. Maybe your beard, but
Thanks. Know who your friends are. Bloody, you have to put up with the relatives.
also, I don't mean to be like that tech person, but you have a smudge on your camera that's right about here.
Yeah, well, that's deliberate to keep you in.
Is it to make me look angelic?
It's not a smudge. It's a spot. See?
I feel like you should clean your camera.
More maybe. Come on, then.
I feel like you should clean his camera.
Would you get some toilet paper and we can smudge them all out?
I will be back.
So anyway, with the red beard, I get pulled over for a random breath test. There's like 6 or 8 coppers there. They're laughing at me, police officers. This is like 5 in the morning, and they're laughing. They're smiling. My car decides to crap out and didn't want to start. But so I was embarrassed and pushed and racing to get through this. I have to quietly talk while you clean.
You don't have to quietly talk.
Oh no, of course the microphones still pick up, don't they? Oh, wonderful thing
Is
this
that better?
technology. It's a wonderful thing this technology, isn't it?
Yeah, that's much better.
Yeah, it's much better. Oh, we
Much
can
better.
see you now.
Yes.
Isn't
yes.
that lovely? Yes. Well, anyway, the red beard. The cops pull me over. They're laughing. I don't know why they're laughing.
He forgot.
I get sent up. I've been out all night with this red beard and completely forgotten. It's like 7 or 8 hours out having fun. So I go through 6 or 8 cops, and they're all laughing, all smiling at me, and they're, hey, can you breathe into this, please? Yes, no problem. So beep, 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 beep. You're clear, thank you very much. And they're laughing, and then we drive off, and I'm looking at the ladies in the car, and I went, that was really, really weird. I've never seen happy policemen doing a random breath test ever. Never seen it. They were smiling, they were laughing, they were grinning at each other, they were grinning at me, and I get about a mile and a half down the road, and then it dawns on me. Unlike the sun, because it wasn't that time of the year, and it was because I'd got the red love heart on my face while being pulled over for a random breath test. So yes, no more dyeing of this. This is white now. That's it. And one day it'll all be white.
Salt and pepper.
Push it.
Ah, pushy.
Push it real good. Oh,
See,
see, she's as mad as me. So yes, I mean there's a couple of tales for you where Colin has been a dick.
Yeah. There you go. There's your entertainment for the beginning part of the live.
Right now, we're actually not talking anything about carving,
Yeah,
or anything
I know.
about wood. It's all been about me.
I did say besides dying, but then you didn't segue. You just finished your story about your beard.
Yeah, well,
Hmm.
we've got to do that sometimes, don't we?
Hmm.
I mean, how are we going to fill an hour?
Well, I can do an update on my recent carving. So, guys, I have spent a grand total of 0 hours, 0 minutes, and 0 seconds doing any kind of carving.
So you've completed half of the challenges.
With that being said, I have done a couple of drawings for patterns and stuff that I'm still in the process of sticking through to the BWC drawing pattern sheets and then uploading. But yeah, that's about all I've done.
But you made nice cover heads, letterheads on the top,
Yeah, no, they look good.
using Mr. Martinez.
Yeah,
Jr.'s
Pete
designs.
Martinez's awesome design.
Yes. Right, well, what we've got today is we are going to move the camera.
just fractionally, so you can see the table.
We got the table.
We have the table.
I've cut out a whole lot of numbers. The numbers represent the amount of people that posted last month. Now, they're not doubled up, but we had for the t-shirt competition, we have 280 entries, which was a lot of work last night, writing down all the names with a number next to them. Fortunately, Blaze has shown me Evernote, so I could have automatic numbering. Thank you, Blaze.
You're welcome.
And I have a list of 280 names, and I've got
280 corresponding numbers.
Oh, you're good at that.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, well, would you like to put 52 of them? Now, this will take a little bit of time because there were 52 entries into...
Is this the 52?
This is the 52.
This is the 52. Are you ready?
Now, they're all in there.
And some crumbs.
Right, so there's 52 numbers on there. Those 52 numbers represent the 52 people that entered the Beavercraft.
Have a good day at work, Zen.
Yeah, have a good day, Zen. Sell as many jeans as you can.
Yeah, give Zen good jean selling vibes, guys.
Well, or Johns.
Or John.
Sell as many Johns as you need. Because
Yeah.
Jean in French is John.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we got 52 numbers in here that represent the Beavercraft competition. Now, before I get her to pull the number out, and then
Glorious hands.
now one of the problems is I didn't.
Hang on, I have a very important question to ask. Am I going to require a glove?
No.
There's no sharp object.
No
I'm not
sharp.
gonna get hurt?
Well, no, because my head's not in there, so the sharpness is gone.
Okay.
It's blunted.
Oh,
now, I
I'm
can assure you.
Okay, good.
God, you see what I have to put up with.
Safety first.
Safety first. Oh well, I mean, you can use a glove if you want. Would you use the dog glove, please?
The dog glove?
The dog glove.
The dog glove.
Yes.
I
you
could
can
try
use
it. I don't think I'll have much of a job picking things up. Let's have a look.
Do you think you'll be able to pick anything up?
I probably could. Hang on. It's like a crab claw.
Should be doing this all day now.
Okay, not with that glove. Why?
Okay, so I didn't write out the 52 numbers at this point, so I'll have to actually look down the list, the name for the numbers. Yes,
He has the numbers. He hasn't written the names yet.
my mouth is not catching up with my brain. Sorry, it's like it's running at 1,000 miles an hour.
That's normal.
But this is only doing like half a K.
Half a K.
It's slow.
It's loading.
Okay, so I'm going to have to go through the list to find out which one's number whatever that we pull out of the 52.
Thank you, Jacob.
Thanks, Jacob. Yes, so there is a thing that I did want to discuss about the competition now. I wrote in both competitions that the answers were supposed to be written out in a certain way, and that was a comment and reply for the three answers. Now, if I was to go on how I worded the competition, there were only 5 people that wrote it out the correct way. Now, 47 people didn't. Now, if I was a real prick, I would say 47 were disqualified because they didn't write it out how I said. It's important when I do a competition. It is important to check all of what I've requested within the competition, because if we had 1,000 people and I don't know 100 did it correctly, then 900 would be disqualified and 100 would be where we would draw the winners from. But we didn't get 1,000 people, we got 52. It's from Beavercraft side of things, 52 people in a competition. It's not really as many as we wanted, but that's okay. And I'm not going to be a prick.
Yay! He's not going to be a prick right now.
Not right. What do you mean right now? I am to you. Never stop being that.
Well, you actually no. There are times he doesn't, and it usually starts with the word coffee.
Oh, if you're offering.
I'll be back in a minute, guys.
Okay. Well, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to penalise the 47 for not writing them incorrectly. Instead, I'm going to draw from the hat 52 names, and then I'll have to look at the competition and actually work out which number down. Like it's from number 1 was Mandy. I know that because she was the first person to do it. She did it correctly as well. It's not a nasty, horrible thing. It was just, if I write a competition and I give instructions, the only thing there, all instructions are important. That's really kind of what I'm saying. It's like carving and completely missing out. You need a piece of wood to carve on, or a piece of soap, or candle wax, or something like that. But that's okay. Okay, Jason, no worries. Back to work for me. You have a good night. Right. Okay, so that was that. Now, Blaze.
Yeah.
I need your hand, please. Oh, I didn't know you spoke whatever language. Italian? Un momento. Is that like in a mint?
In a mint.
Mentos?
In a Mentos.
In a Mentos.
My hand's free.
Okay, I would like you, without looking, would you draw a number at one of the little pieces of paper out of the hat, please?
Okay, that feels like the hat.
That's the hat.
Right? That would be the tag for the hat.
That's the tag. That don't pull that out because it's not a size large.
Alrighty, I got one.
Okay, you've got one. Would you tell me what the number is, please?
Trying to read his handwriting isn't that easy. I'm thinking that's 37.
Let me look.
Is that 37?
That's definitely 37.
That's
so,
37.
Okay, so I am now going to open up the file, and I'm going to lose seeing you all for a second. So we're not seeing you, but you're seeing us. Come on, files. Oh, no, not videos. Oh, I don't know how different. Oh, recommendations.
What'd you do that for?
Because it keeps moving.
It's moving.
It's a moving target. Okay, the Beavercraft competition.
It's loading.
I do apologise for the delay. I haven't done this with the 280. I've got a list of it. So I've got a list. Okay, number 37. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, no, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. There are 12 knives in the set. That's correct. The PWC directory is the best navigation file in our files, and the wizard cutout. Nick Short. We have a winner. It's Nick Short.
Congratulations. Woo, Patty!
Well done, Nick Short. I will be in touch with you. Oops.
Oops.
Later. Okay, let's open Nick Short up in a different. So Nick Short will be mentioned to the rep, the Beavercraft rep, and they'll take all of the detail. Oh, look, we're on camera.
Really? What are you stealing my number for?
Because I need the number for the 280. Now, oh, I don't want to lose any of these.
Oh, yeah,
I slaved over for hours and hours and hours. 280 people.
He exaggerates.
No, it wasn't. September's posting. We had 280 people that posted during September. Yep, we had 280 people that posted. Now, that isn't that they posted that just once. I had to go through and make sure that the names weren't doubled up.
It was very tedious from what he told me. Very tedious.
And then this morning I didn't walk the dog because I was cutting up pieces of paper with numbers on.
The poor dog.
Now, we are about to draw who won the t-shirt. Okay. The most important of all the prizes. Okay, would you please find my hat? She's got the hat. Separate the numbers. And
number.
Okay, you have a number.
I have a number.
And the number is? Can you count that high? Well, I obviously did. I just shown you I could. 280. That's going to be fun.
Congratulations, 125.
Oh, 125.
125.
Now, this one's going to be easy because I wrote all the names out.
Woohoo.
Oh, where did I put it? Oh, no.
Names.
Names.
There we go.
Okay.
And 125. Someone please cue the drum roll.
Why is it taking so... Oh,
It's thinking, Dad.
it was thinking. And number 125 is the only number that's not in here. Oh, look at my writing.
Touch typing maybe isn't your best.
No, it wasn't. But there are some strange names. The winner of the T-shirt is Christopher Lawrence Cook. Yay! And we have a winner. I will be in touch and I will sort out the T-shirt going on its way. Now, excuse me.
Oh no. You're going to make me vacuum in here, aren't you?
No,
Oh God. He's now got numbers attached to
I've
him.
only got 279.
He doesn't have 125.
I do not have 125. I will have. Any second now. Oh, and wins by a nose. A finger. A nose. A finger.
And he lost it.
And I lost it, yay! But I tell you what, I'm suffering severe dandruff.
And now I'm going to have to vacuum.
Well, at least it's you, not me. Yeah.
Oh, look, hang on. There's colours everywhere.
I have got the bad dandruff.
Bad dandruff.
It is all over my lap. I've got these little
It
squares.
is of the numerical kind.
I am a Dalmatian. Okay, so let me just get that up. Come on. And we put in dun, 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 into the members. Oh, was there one on my shoulder? Thank you for
Yes,
getting rid
there
of that.
was one on your
Only
shoulder.
one. Cool. I'm not doing very well, am I? It's slow. Oh, it's because we're live.
It's
We're
the
streaming
internet
somehow.
is
Oh, I
internet.
felt I've got bits of paper running down the back of my back. Oh no, that's a tad uncomfortable. Oh, come on, you stupid website.
There you go, I think that's all.
Okay. It doesn't want to load.
Yeah, I can see that.
My members. I can't reach my members.
You could search in the search bar the person's name.
I know, that's what I'm going to do, but I'm going to have to do a spelling correction
Yes.
because I put Christopher.
Wait, Chris.
Hey, my lap is all white and spotty.
Dad, we don't want to know about your ailments.
And there we have it. Okay, I'll be in touch with them after. Yay!
Ta-da!
Now, the actual subject of this week, apart from us being complete idiots, you're too cold, Cole, and Blaze, you make me laugh. Good, that's what we try to do. Yay! It's snowing. Yay!
Snowing.
Yeah.
It's papering.
Do you know how long it took me to cut these bloody things up? All that for
Yeah, I
that.
watched.
Yeah.
I attempted to help, but I was too late. You only had one strip left to do.
Let the chips fly. Well, they're paper. They're close to cover. Okay, so we've got the winner for the competitions.
Yeah.
That's that done. Yay! We were going to discuss knife building this week.
Which I know nothing about, might I add.
Well,
I am clueless.
you know
So
what?
enlighten me.
You know what a knife looks like.
I know what lots of different types of knives look like. The shiv.
A shiv.
A shiv.
Oh, jailbird. Huh? Right. Yeah. Well, so we were going to discuss. We were going to discuss knife building. Now, poor old Dwayne this week has been unwell.
I'm going to finish
And,
making tea.
Hopefully, I want coffee, please, because I'm a traitor. So yeah, unfortunately, this week we had Dwayne out, and he wasn't very well, and he's talking to his blacksmithing friends. See, I even get them inside my jumper. That was dumb. Yeah, so Dwayne is asking his blacksmithing friends for photographs of the stages because Tammy and Dwayne together have built a knife building file, but at the moment it's in behind the scenes. It's in our moderators group. That will be loaded up into Beginners Woodcarvers this week. There's a lot of instructions. It tells you exactly how to do it. There will be photos that show you parts, but we've asked some of the members if we can use some of the pictures of their knives, but I actually need more specific photos than the ones I've got. It was a bit of a loss this week because we just didn't get adult supervision. Yeah, absolutely. 24 years old, she's an adult. Anyway, so yeah, the knife building file will come into the group this week. I'll probably do some of it today. It may not have the proper photos with the file just for now, but in there will be all of the instructions, videos to how to do. Tammy's videos of she did two different videos. One making a knife by assembling basically assembling a Helvey set of blades with her own scales, which are the two halves, like this. Two halves of a blade that have been cut down. All I need to do is remove a little bit of the timber there, the size of the tang, the back side of the knife, and then I'll be able to glue those two together, and I will have that as a knife. And these are called scales. They're the two halves that produce a knife. All I now need.
Ow. That was my knee.
I said now need, not ow need.
Ow.
Okay, I have a roughing blade from Helvey. Thank you very much, Helvey. Which will.
What kind of metal do you use for blade coal? I want to make one.
This is well. This one wasn't the blade that I made. This is a Helvey blade. That's how it will fit in there. I will remove the stock so that slides in there, and then I'll have that as my roughing out knife, which is why, unlike my detailing blade, which I did this week, I did this a different way. I didn't cut it down. I drilled the very end for the depth of the tang, and inserted the blade, epoxied, blade done. So I've got a nice scalpel detailing knife to use when I need to. But that was an exercise in, I bought the blades. I wanted to make my own knife. It's a Helvey, but it's a Colin Helvey. And this one happens to have a little bit of paddock on the side, African paddock on Purple Heart. I did Danish oil it, but because the grain is so tight on the Purple Heart, it didn't want to dry. So instead of it being nice and shiny, I touched it, and it's got all of my loose skin, my sweat, whatever.
To answer your question there, Corey, my understanding is usually people go out and buy either the knife blanks like he's got here, or I've seen Dad make one out of another, what was it, the reciprocating saw blade?
Yes,
yeah.
Sawzals is one of the brands that you guys use. They can be used with angle grinders, and such like, and you can shape your own blade. Now, I will be doing a video on that
at some point. Yeah.
In the coming week or so. I will go outside because the weather has changed and we've got nicer weather. I can work outside and I can do that.
How's the new blade feel?
It feels brilliant. I love. I'm now. I've got the bug. Ness is here. Yay! Welcome,
Hello,
Ness.
Ness.
Now, as Chuck Marr says, Drake also sells their blades separately from their handles. I think it's about $10 or so off. So if you see a $40 knife, it's $30 for the blade. If you see a $30 knife, it's $20 for a blade. If for $25, it's $15. And if you're buying the V-tools and the gouges and the micro tools, then they are at $15. So you save $3 on those ones and $10 on all the rest. So all you have to do is email Drake Bonnie or Gil at Drake Knives, and they will sell them. OCCT or OCC also sell blades. So there are a few options where you can get blades. Well done, Tammy. I saw your Drake knife. Yay! Drakes are really look, for the beginners,
Good quality.
to find out whether or not you're into this sport,
Sport.
this hobby, this obsession, this passion, then I would suggest you start out with, if it's a case of costing, then Beavercraft and FlexCut. They're the first two options that I would say to any beginner. Once you find that you're addicted to the carving and you really love it and you want it, then the quality are superior to the rest. Helvey have got a good name, and Drakes are just, I can't help but
He sings their praises even when he's not doing a live on here, so you know he actually means it.
all I've been saying all week is Drake, 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 Drake,
It
Drake.
gets annoying, I'm not going to lie.
The week before it was Drake, 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 Drake,
Yeah.
Drake, Drake. And I tell you, to be quite honest, I've made these blades. I made those blades that you saw. I had them sent to me.
Dad, they're knives, not saws. I'm trying to be funny.
Trying being
Try.
the operative word. So what was I saying? Who cares? So the blades, yes. I purchased two from. I bought a detailing knife and a roughing blade from Helvey. I didn't know Drake sold blades. Given a choice between the two, I would have got. I would have got Drake blades. Personally, that I think that they have the edge on Helvey. Is my personal opinion, but it is personal, and some people will disagree with that, but that's okay. So what I would suggest for new people is buy FlexCut and Beavercraft, and if you love carving, then get yourself a Drake. It's that simple. I can't. I think that's enough, Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what do you use to glue the pieces of handle together? Well, the same as Tammy did in her videos, Corey. 5-minute epoxy. You can glue them up with wood glue and clamps and leave them overnight, like 24 hours, and they will actually set. But I had some epoxy. I had two different types of epoxy that I had here. One of them, I slathered it all up. I glued it all up with the two-part epoxy, and it didn't set. Which
not
was
a happy chap.
I was not happy. I had to,
Not happy.
I had to scrape off. I had to scrape off all of the cluggy glue that hadn't set, and I had to start again. So I went to the second lot of epoxy that I had, only to find that the tubes decided to harden with me not using them. So
I didn't know that Drake made the blades that Helvey uses in their gouges.
yes, I knew that.
I didn't.
No,
I'm learning things, guys. Thank you, chat.
they even call them a Helvey Drake. So
Helvey Drake.
uh,
Oh.
that's even Helvey can see that Drake's are better, but that's sorry, Helvey. Both are good knives, but Drake just personal favourite. So Corey, I used Loctite 5-minute self-mixing. I didn't self-mix because I didn't want to waste the tube length of glue just to get the amount that I needed. But I used that, and I'm not kidding you, within 5 minutes I could actually handle.
That's the packet.
It's the package. Now that's Loctite. That's our brand. But
Yeah.
Gorilla Grip. There's a whole range.
You're just looking for the, where is it? 5-minute epoxy.
That's all you want is a good glue. But you can use wood glue, clamped. I found that it was really hard to be patient. So this worked really well for me. That within 5 minutes, you have to work quick. You have to be ready. And when you glue, once you're glued, that's it. They're stuck. There's no breaking them. So I used 5-minute epoxy. All of this is written up in the file. And if you watch Tammy's videos, you'll see that she also used 5-minute epoxy. She used, yeah, Gorilla Glue will work, especially if it's the two-part catalyst and resin, if you like. But Gorilla Glue will work, I believe. It's much better. The epoxy was just Gorilla Glue expands. Okay, I didn't know that. Handy to know. I would use the epoxy because that's what all the other knife makers have used. It's what Tammy used, and if Tammy used, it's got to be good. Isn't that right, Tammy? We will. Tammy will more than likely link this to her videos, and those videos are listed in the file, which I will put over today. So it's there for use, but it is under construction. We are putting in other pictures as time goes on. Oh, there we go. It's
So
talking about normal. And yeah, so you've got to look at the Gorilla Glue. I would say go the epoxy. If it's got two parts and you've got to mix them together, that's the way to go.
I've seen him do it. I can witness that it works.
And I didn't even get any on my hand. No worries. Look, it's easily found in any hardware store, and you only need, you can buy it in really small amounts. I won't give milliliters and such like, because we've got different measuring here to you. You can buy small amounts, like Araldites sell 2 little tubes that, I'm not kidding you, are like that. And there's a very small amount of glue, more than enough to do one, and they're cheap. And then, of course, you've got the bigger and bigger packs, but I discovered by getting the bigger pack that having it sit around, it didn't work.
It dries out before you get a chance to use it.
Or it didn't work.
Yeah,
Just,
the catalyst just
didn't catalyze.
Yeah,
yeah, uncatalyzed catalyst.
It's been oxygenated. It's oxidized.
It's oxidized, but it didn't. It was still sticky, and it was not fun because it's like, no.
Yeah, you know that there's something wrong when your dad's screaming, "It's sticky!" from out the back.
It's wet and it's sticky. Oh, it's sticky. Now, just for some ideas for blades, for handles, what I have done is...
You still have a piece of paper on your back.
I don't doubt it. Says kick me.
No, it says 195.
195 didn't win. It was 125.
Well, apparently 195's got your back.
Oh, good. Thanks, 195. Okay, so what I've got there is some Wenge, and some African paddock, because I like the orange. Now, this will end up potentially being a scalpel type blade. Scalpel. No, it's not a scalpel. I'll be back. You can meet Tchaikovsky. So yeah, so that's Wenge and African paddock. That's Zebrano, not Kate Zebrano, who's an Australian New Zealander singer, but that's Zebrano, and it's a little on the short side.
No, only because you got big hair, is it?
I've got big mitts. Oh, okay, it fits you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's more her size.
Yeah.
Right, then I've got Orange Osage and Elm. And what I've done on that one is, instead of cutting it, I've drilled it so that I can slide a blade in there and add to the, I can put the epoxy all around the bottom end of the blade. I can slide it in there and fill that up with epoxy so that it all sets and holds the, nothing worse than goopy epoxy.
Goopy epoxy.
You're absolutely right, Brett.
I can think of a few things.
Then plug with one side, cut down a bit, then cut the line and hold straight on the mouse side, and the 45 the lower side. Plug in all the best sound and glue. Yes, absolutely, Stephen. Okay, so that's another way of doing it, where you drill the wood, the blade out, and then fill with epoxy. I've got a slightly different epoxy for this one. I've got a it's actually like a putty, epoxy putty, and it's got 2 different types of and when you mix them, that then hardens like a rock. That packs in nicely, and as opposed to the liquid glue, easier to force it in I like that now. And if there's any gaps, well, then fill it with super glue.
Yeah.
So
Super
that's
good for that.
That's a potential one which I can shape up afterwards. That's got elm on one side, Osage on the other. That's just an idea. And then we've got American oak with paddock, because like I said, I like the paddock. And I had a little piece that was all end grain, so I couldn't really carve it. It was only that wide. I couldn't really carve it because that was the length of the material that I had. So what I've done is gone, okay, I'll have them on there, and then when I grind them and shape them, that will give me a nice splash of color down the sides. I haven't done anything with that one. I haven't cut it. I've drilled it, and then that way it's solid. But these are ideas where I've just used some of my offcuts of exotic woods that I bought from the scrap bin.
Exotic wood.
These handles were less than $1 to make, $1.50. The expense is on the blade. If you buy the blade, if you use Sawzalls, I wish.
That would be tobacco.
Hey man, this is good stuff. Would you like some, Trevor? It's really, really cool. But hang on a minute.
I think maybe people get the wrong impression because my name's Blaze. Is that got something to do with it?
And Zen.
Zen, yeah.
They
sound like the kind of names that.
We're sadistic parents. We call the kids weird names like Blaze and Topaz. But Topaz is now Topaz's middle name, and Zen is her first name.
Yes.
Deed poll. What an arsehole.
That's the place that you change your name through, if you're wondering.
Yes, legally. Then you have to change your license, then you have to change all your registration paperwork, all your insurance paperwork. You have to let the government know. You have to. Geez, it's a lot of work changing your name.
In 2 more weeks. Wicked.
No,
Aussie gum.
it's unfortunately just tobacco. I wouldn't smoke that on Friday Night Live, even though it's Friday night. Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Friday night, Saturday morning.
Oh, you're a good girl, China.
China has been very good this morning because I was so busy doing numbers and cutting up pieces of paper so that I could have somebody to vacuum. I mean, stuff on the floor.
Yes.
Yes. How nice of me. So anyway, these are the blades. These are the handles. During the week, I will take a circular saw and my grinder to it, and I will cut out some blanks from my
awesome, Tammy.
circular saw.
Wet and dry sandpaper. I've heard you rave about that
Ooh,
stuff.
my homemade knife.
It makes things sharp.
It does.
Sharpy sharp.
It makes it scary sharp.
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
Scary sharp.
Scary sharp. Scary, scary sharp.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
when you pick up. That's when you pick. You just can't help it, but. It's like, oh, that's sharp.
That's really sharp.
Yeah. Now, as long as it hasn't featured this week, we showed the puppy glove. But if you get scary sharp, Tammy, remember your glove this time. I didn't say that out loud, did I?
I didn't hear a thing.
Oh, good. I did not say, Tammy, wear a glove. I did not say it. I wouldn't say such a thing. Hey, look, some people smoke that stuff. I don't have a problem with it. In fact, I think that people that smoke that and get laid back and stay in the sanctuary of their own home is a lot better than some of the evil pissheads that are just glug 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 on the old booze.
Fight me.
Yeah, come on, let's have a fight. I've had a beer. Have you had a beer, mate? I've been drinking spirits all night and I feel religious. I mean, wrong sort. I would be a happy medium then, wouldn't I? Especially if I could talk to the dead.
You're an idiot.
I know I'm an idiot, but I'm an idiot that's wasting time. We've got 11 minutes
All you need
left.
is glove, exactly.
All you need is my glove.
Well, not necessarily your glove, a glove.
All you need is a glove.
Yeah, that's better.
Glove. A glove is all you need.
Loving you is easy because you're beautiful. I do.
Ah!
Yeah, so we're both idiots. There's no hiding that now.
Sorry.
Glove, no love.
No glove, no love. Yes, well, we know that you have prophylactics that are called the glove. So,
Can I have a prophylactic, please?
could I have another prophylactic, please? Can I have a different flavour? That one's real chewy.
That's terrible. I don't think I've ever heard anyone in modern times ever call it a prophylactic.
Condom.
I had
A glove.
one university professor that said it once. That's how I know
Prophylactic.
what it is. Yeah.
Well, it's
A
meant.
prophylactic.
I'm sorry, but in the Blues Brothers, it's one hat, one set of glasses, one prophylactic used.
Ew. Ew. A used prophylactic. I thought we were talking about wood carving.
No, we're talking about gloves.
We're talking about
No love, no glove. No glove, no love. No
Oh,
glove,
God.
no carving. Please, please, please. We
Be
are having a
careful,
we
keep
are
yourself
having a bit of a
safe.
laugh, but this may not save you completely, but it's going to help.
Yeah.
If you're a beginner, use it. There are safe carving techniques where you carve away from yourself all of the time. There's a few little videos within Beginners Wood Carvers that shows how to do that. And but having a glove on is a very, very showering with a raincoat on. Yes, we know. Carving with a glove on is a very sensible idea. So I've talked to Beavercraft. Their videos in future will have the guy showing you how to use their knives. He will have a glove on because I had a bit of a chat with them because
Safety first.
safety first. It's
Safety
what we
first.
promote in Beginners Wood Carvers because we're beginner wood carvers.
That and because he's been consulting with a work health and safety rep, which would be me.
And not only that, I sliced down my bloody finger to
Yeah.
the bone. Oh shit, that was lucky. I missed all of the tendons, all the nerves, surgically sharp, super glue, fixed. No worries.
Anyway,
But-
on that note, I'm going to leave you to it.
Oh,
You can go back to your 2 hats.
oh no, I've still got 8 minutes.
Oh, you'll be okay.
I won't
You've got
cope.
this.
No,
You'll
don't.
be okay. You guys will look after him, right? You'll be
Don't-
okay.
don't-
You'll be
Don't
okay.
leave me, please.
Yeah,
I
you'll be
just-
okay. You'll be okay. You got coffee.
There's 20 people watching
You
me
got
at the moment.
coffee.
Oh,
19.
oh, good. One of them. Oh no, 20. Oh, they came back.
You guys have a lovely, what is it, day over there?
Night. It's Friday Night Live. Come
Oh,
on, not Saturday morning live.
You guys enjoy your evening.
We have actually next week will be a bonus because tomorrow night our clocks change. So next week I will be doing this at 11:30. So if I come on live at 8 o'clock, you know I forgot. Wood wet sandpaper work on gouges. It does. You want to use very like 800 grit, 1000 grit, 1200 grit, somewhere in those areas. Thanks, Blaze. Definitely if there was a mentor by your side, but alone and on your own, you need a glove carving. This is true. Exactly, Brett. Night Blaze, it's in the morning. You've been told good night. Don't tell her she can go to bed during the day. Jesus, I don't have to get around in the first place. Bing! Amplify the ping machine. Okay, so yes, this week's topic. G'day, David. This week's topic is really was supposed to be us having a laugh. It's been entertaining. Hasn't been very informative. Little bit about the knives, a little bit about the scales that you can make. Making your own knife is like, okay, yes, when using somebody else's blade, it's an assembly, but the knife you get to choose what would you want, how you want it to look. You can be artistic. I rushed, I must admit, the scalpel one that I did in the Purple Heart. I rushed it, and had I taken a little bit more time, I would have made it prettier. I would have gone for the artistic aesthetic view, but unfortunately, I got it. I was impatient, and that was it. Are there any members on here going to the Artistry of Wood next weekend? I would like to meet up with anyone who will be there. Tina was one of the. Tina was kind enough to buy the logo, and will be in a BWC t-shirt, so look out for the only BWT shirt that's been sold so far. That is being organised by Pete Martinez from here on in. he will be dealing with the image for people to be able to get and then make t-shirts, put it on a cup, whatever. That's happening as well. You want to make a cherry handle for knife? Yes, cherry is nice. If you use a fruit wood, it's a nice choice. Nice tight grain. Oh, g'day Nathan. Good to see you. Decided what to do for the turning demo. We'll post a pic on the main page. Good, good. Yes, so the artistry of wood. Now let me look. We are talking about this event, 2018. Thank you, Helvey, for supplying me with the paperwork. The world-class artists from over 25 states, 2018, artistry and wood in Ohio, I believe. Dayton, Ohio. How's that? I must have paid attention. That's on Saturday the 13th and Sunday the 14th. So we'll have a live next week. This will be the main thing that we'll cover some of this. We'll maybe see if we can find some stuff that's on the web, on the net from previous ones, and we might be able to have a look at a bit of it. But big venue, lots of decent carvings, lots of things to look at, lots of people to meet, lots of stalls. You'll find fine art, collectibles, caricatures, decoys, furniture, and many unique gifts for Christmas. There'll be a special exhibit, free demos and workshops, competitions and youth woodworking activities, tools and supplies for sale, food and more. Demonstrations hosted by Fox Chapel Publishing. It's Western Ohio Woodworking Club, an integral part of the artistry and wood. For more information, find us at DaytonCarvers.com or like us on Facebook at Artistry in the Wood Dayton, Ohio. So that's the big event. That's the yearly big event where wood carving is concerned. And if you're up for it, Dayton, Ohio. So thank you, Helvey, for supplying that with the blades. I need a BWC sweatshirt up here in Wisconsin. We will talk to Pete Martinez Jr. and you'll be able to sort something out on that one. Good night, 10 p.m. there. I've got 3 minutes left. Thanks, Trevor, for joining us. Please recommend any videos for beginners if possible. Happy Thanksgiving. Okay, Trevor, if you look in a file called resources, there's a bunch. Oh, useful YouTubes. There's some good ones in there. There will be more added. There are some links to Little People in Nao's file on Little People, or within the units, or at photo albums on Little People. We do have some good. If you ask on the feed, people will lead you to some pretty good YouTubes and videos to do. Thanks for the effort, Cole. Appreciate, from Cleveland, Ohio. No worries. It's all been my pleasure. Tonight's been a very, very strange Friday Night Live. I must admit, I was beforehand because I didn't have time. I was cutting up little letters, numbers, so that we could do the competitions. I've got both Christopher and Nick Short to contact. We've done that. We've got less than a minute. I really appreciate the support and love that comes from you guys for the group. It's not only a fun place to put our carvings up, where you get the rewards of love, consideration, liking your pictures, liking your carvings, some advice, but mostly there's love. Encouragement, confidence building, that's what we do. So we're all saying good night here. Blaze? Yeah, good night, guys and girls. Oh, she's better than me. She said good night, everyone. That's less gender specific, isn't it? Right, well, this week is going to be g'day, Nay. We are going to, oh, look at that, she's said enjoy your night. Thanks, Blaze, didn't say that. We'll be looking forward to this week's activities on the feed. There'll be a few more knife builds because of the knife file. Tammy's videos will be available. There are other videos that will be slowly being put into these areas. We are expanding the files wherever and whenever we can. We've got a brilliant team of mods now on board. They're much more here for your pleasure. In other words, they will be working on files, will be working on videos, they'll be tending the feed, we'll be removing the shit, we'll be loving the good stuff, the usual thing for the week. And I will see you on Friday Night Live next week. So, good night from me, safe and happy carvings. I'll see you on the feed.